All right, this is phase 12 Tuesday. We are doing circuit training for 4 rounds. We're gonna work for 35 seconds, rest for 25 seconds. We are switching every round.
And so the first thing we have is going to be plate overhead walking lunges. So we're gonna have plates. They can grab a plate from over there. This is gonna be walking lunge, so they're gonna be walking this way, in and out of the rack. What we wanna do, for the main version, we want to get everyone to do, hold the plate all the way overhead, and then we're walking forward towards the turf. When they get to the turf, they're going to stop and turn around and then come back. So just walking down and back like this, and then like I said, all the way inside the rack and back out. With this, we just want to try to get everyone to use a plate, even if we're not going heavy, trying to challenge in that stability as well. And then one thing we want to try to challenge people to do is not stop in between. So when they step, we want to try to get them to go right to the next step, and then right to the next step. If they have trouble with that, they can go here, reset, then step. We want to try to challenge people to not do that if they don't have to. Work on that stability a little bit more. If they have trouble with the weight, we can do this unweighted, but we do want everyone to try to use weight if we can. So if they can't do that, they can go unweighted walking lunges as well. So that's a little modification. And then if people have trouble with stability, what we can do, come over and grab the rack. We can do a reverse lunge. So if they can do that step, but they have trouble with stability, just do a single side reverse lunge. And then if they still have trouble, they can't do that stepping, we can just put them in a split squat. We'll just be going up and down in the split squat position there. All right? But we try to get everyone to challenge them with the walking lunge if they can. So that is the first station. Second thing we have is going to be over here. We're going to have box supported row. So we're going to have dumbbells here. We'll have some boxes set out as well. What they're going to do, grab a dumbbell. They're going to have one hand on the plate. We're going to have our feet staggered here, or one hand on the box, feet staggered. And what we're doing, we're going all the way up, all the way down. So we want to try to make sure we're not opening our shoulder or closing our shoulder. We want our shoulders nice and square here, up and down the whole time, just like this. Keep that back flat the whole time. When we're doing this, since we're doing a circuit style, they can leave their weights out. They don't have to put them back on the rack, but we do want them to set them out in front of the rack so that they aren't taking up all the space around the boxes and where people are moving. So they can leave their weights out, just have them set them in front of the rack over here, not out among the boxes. All right? With this one, they are going to switch sides each round as well. So they'll do one arm, next round come around, do the other one. Next station we have is going to be medicine ball slams. So we're gonna come over here. We'll have some medicine balls set over here. All we're doing, you're grabbing the ball, going overhead, sliding down as hard as we can. When we go down and pick it up, we want to squat, back overhead, down as hard as we can, overhead, squat down as hard as we can. Now, when we do this, especially since we're doing a lot of reps, we don't want to be bending over to pick it up. We're gonna try to get to squat, and like I said, just powerful slams every time. Try to challenge people to keep up a pretty good intensity at this station. Next station, gonna be over here on the turf. We're gonna have heel to heel touch. So for this, all we're gonna do, be on our back. Feet are gonna be flat here, knees are back. They're gonna lift their head slightly off the ground. Arms are gonna be at their sides here. They're reaching for their opposite heel, just going side to side. Now, not too complicated. Big thing here is just make sure we're keeping our eyes straight up. We do not want to be rounding our neck, so keep those eyes straight up, just reaching side to side, just like this, all right? So that is this station. Try to make sure we're keeping people under control over here. So that's this one. Next station that we have is going to be over here. We're going to have banded glute bridge. So for this, we're going to have some bands set out. We'll have red, black, and some purple bands as well. We're going to grab the band. We're going to be doing a glute bridge. So for this, grab it. We want to loop it around our feet, and then grab both sections in the middle here. So we got both sections looped around our feet. Pull it up over our hips, and then we're laying back here. So the band is right over our hips. Then what we're going to do, just a glute bridge. So hips are up, and then back down, just like this. With this, just make sure we're keeping our head flat the whole time, and then just getting the hips all the way up, squeezing the glutes at the top of this movement. Now the modification for this is just going to be without a band, but most people should be doing it with a band. The thing with this is people have trouble getting in the band, so make sure you teach them how to do it if they need help. Keep an eye on them, and if they're having struggles getting into it. Again, you just want to take the band, have it around our feet, like this. Then grab both sections in the middle, tighten it up here, and then leaning back over our hips. So does take a little practice, but they should be able to get that one down. So that is the main workout for today. We do the finisher. I can see that card that you have, Desiree. Thank you. So for the finisher today, we are going to have a 5-minute or 4-minute AMRAP. The way that will work, we're going to have 3 exercises that we're going to do. We're going to do 5 of the first, 10 of the second, and 15 of the third, just as many rounds as we can in the 4 minutes. So the first thing we have is going to be push-ups, just regular push-ups. We're going to do some modifications here as well. So for these push-ups, push-up position, hands right outside our shoulders, feet are going to be shoulder width, going all the way down to the ground, all the way back up. So we're doing 5 of those. Modifications we have are from our knees, same thing here, and then we can also do an incline. We have an incline bench over here, so if they need to, they can come over on the incline and just do some incline push-ups over here as well. And then we can also use bars, so if you have bars or benches, you can use either one, whichever we have available for that one. The next thing we have is going to be hollow jacks. So for these, we're going to be on our back. We're going to have our arms up by our side and our legs out, a little bit off the ground, and our head off. And all we're doing, moving our arms and legs like we're doing a jumping jack, but we're in that hollow hold position. So we're going to do 10 of these. Now, these are going to be tough. We want to try to keep our head off the ground, eyes straight up, and then just going out and back with our arms and legs. Now, if someone has a lot of trouble with that, it is pretty tough. The modification we have is going to be hollow snaps. So arms and legs long, going up, and down. Those are going to be a little quicker, but again, we want to try to get everyone doing the hollow jacks if they can, but if they need to, they can do hollow snaps. Then, the third thing we have is going to be plank jacks. So for this, you're going to be in a plank position here. Hands are shoulder width, feet are shoulder width, jumping out and back together. With these, we're just keeping our hips level, trying not to bounce them, and then jumping our feet out to the side and back in. So, we do have modifications for that as well. If people have trouble with jumping, what they can do is step out a little bit easier if they have to do that. We're going to do 15 hollow jacks. So again, it is 4 minutes. We're going to do 5 push-ups, 10 hollow jacks, and then 15 plank jacks for that one. And that is the workout and finisher for Phase 12 Tuesday.